Hello, we are going to share on the readings of the fourth Sunday, and the Gospel would emphasize Jesus' new teaching with authority. We will we will come to this in the Gospel. First, we'll look at the first reading, and Moses, and here we talk about Moses. Moses spoke to all the people, saying, "A prophet like me will the Lord your God raise up for you from among your own kin. To him you shall listen. This is exactly what you requested of the Lord your God at Horeb on the day of assembly, when you said, 'Let us not again hear the voice of the Lord our God, nor see this great fire anymore, lest we die.'" Here, Moses led the Hebrews out of slavery. They were in slavery in Egypt, and he led them out of slavery. So, and he also taught them about God, to follow God. So he was a prophet that does what God wants him to do, and also a prophet that loves his people, that take care of his people. So here, when he said, the Lord, "A prophet like me will the Lord your God raise up for you from among your own kin. To him you shall listen." So the new prophet, the prophet would be that God would raise up from among the people, would be like Moses, that listens to God and does what God wants him to do and loves his people. So there is a prophet that would be like Moses. So here, and this is exactly what you requested of the Lord your God at Horeb on the day of the assembly, when you said, "Let us not again hear the voice of the Lord our God, nor see this great fire anymore." So here the fierceness, the fierce power of God, and his that the people cannot look on directly, and so that is the meaning of the voice of the Lord our God, nor see this great fire anymore, lest we die. So, but they would need a prophet, and the Lord said to me, "This was well said. I will raise up for them a prophet like you, like Moses, from among their kin, and will put my words into his mouth." That means he would speak what God wants him to speak. "He shall tell them all that I command him, whoever," and so this prophet would be like Moses, "whoever will not listen to my words, which he speaks in my name, I myself will make him answer for it." So they have to listen to the prophet, because the prophet speaks for God. "But if a prophet presumes to speak in my name an oracle that I have not commanded him to speak, or speak in the name of other gods, he shall die. But if the prophets need to speak the words of God to the people, but if he does not do that, but on the other hand, if he speaks if he speaks something that God did not tell him to speak, and he spoke it himself, and say that they are the words of God, then God will punish him. And if he speaks in the name of other gods, God will also punish him. He is to speak in the name of God, the words of God, and love his people. He should be such a prophet like Moses. Then we come to the second reading, 1 Corinthians. Brothers and sisters, I should like you to be free of anxieties. And an unmarried man is anxious about the things of the Lord, how he may please the Lord. And a married man is anxious about the things of the world, how he may please his wife, and he is divided. So here, the apostle was telling the community that if they are unmarried, if a man is unmarried, then he would think about the things of God more. But if he is married, he will think about the world more and how to please his wife more. And he is divided. This point. And then another point that was about a man, and this is about a woman. An unmarried woman or a virgin is anxious about the things of the Lord, so that she may be holy in both body and spirit. A married woman, on the other hand, is anxious about the things of the world, how she may please her husband. I'm telling you this for your benefit, not to impose a restraint upon you, but for the sake of propriety and adherence to the Lord without distraction. So here, the apostle wanted the community to concentrate on God and think about God without being distracted. But if he is married, he will be distracted in caring for his wife. And if a woman is married, she will be distracted about the things of the world and about taking care of her husband. But then she would be distracted and divided and not concentrated on God. But here we can add something here, that we must also learn that even if we are married, we can concentrate on God at the same time, or at least yourself, or together with your husband or your wife. So we need to think about this also, but we should do this. Okay, so this is the second reading. Now we come to the Gospel of Mark. Then they came to Capernaum, and on the Sabbath, Jesus entered the synagogue and taught. And the people were astonished at his teaching, for he taught them as one having authority and not as the scribes. So here, Jesus began to teach in the synagogue. And when he taught as someone with real authority, not as just an ordinary teacher. So they were surprised at Jesus and his authority and the authority he showed in his teaching. And another thing that happened in the synagogue was that in the synagogue was a man with an unclean spirit. He cried out, "What have you to do with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God." Jesus rebuked him and said, "Quiet, come out of him." The unclean spirit convulsed him, and with a loud cry came out of him. So here, on top of teaching with authority, Jesus also showed his authority over evil, So the unclean spirit would be evil, and over sin, authority over sin. So here, the gospel here showed Jesus teaching with authority, and also having authority over evil spirits, over sin. And all were amazed and asked one another, "What is this? A new teaching with authority. He commands even the unclean spirits, and they obey him." His fame spread everywhere throughout the whole region of Galilee. So Jesus became famous after this. So they saw him, experienced him teaching with authority, and also saw him having authority over evil spirits. So here Jesus became famous throughout of Galilee, and he entered into spreading this gospel and salvation. God bless.